Y'all ready to get wild or what? Welcome back, guys. So we're here at the beautiful Table Rock Lake here in Branson.
Beautiful.
And we thought we would try something a little different with you guys this time. Instead of giving you the episode in sort of a cinematic sequence, we thought we would talk to you about Branson and rather have a discussion and tell you kind of the things we did and experienced and saw while we were here. And maybe that would give you a better idea of what you could do in Branson.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, let's go ahead and get started. First, let's talk about the layout of the town, because when we thought about Branson, or when you think about Branson, you probably think this is a real touristy destination, because that's kind of how it's presented or advertised. Mm-hmm. So there's kind of two portions to this town, all right? First one, let's talk about the Strip. That's probably traditionally what you're thinking about. That's where all the touristy type stuff is. The shows, all the touristy type restaurants, the venues, the mini golfs, all that type of stuff, right? But then there's the old historic downtown portion of Branson, which is awesome. Which kind of leads us into where we stayed.
So we stayed at Escapees Park. It was about a mile from the historic downtown Branson part. We are Escapee members, so the cost for us was super cheap. For 2 weeks, we spent like a little over $400. But if you are a non-member, they have rates as well. And I don't think it's that bad when you look at how much it is nightly for RVs.
Right. Like if you for instance, if you tried to stay at the KOA here in Branson, you'd probably still save money staying at the Escapees Park.
And it's just so close to historic downtown Branson. So, like I said, you could walk. So we actually did that a few times, just walking from where we were in the park to the downtown area. And it has a back-in gravel site, full hookups. They do have a community room, which it's actually a decent size, and it was full of flyers. So it was nice for us because we pulled in, got settled, went into the community room, and then we just pulled all the flyers and brochures for things that we wanted to do while we were here.
Right.
So
yeah,
that was nice.
Which helped us build a list of things that we might do while we were here, which is great. So that leads us into what did we do, right? So first of all, let's talk about pricing, tickets, right? We may have mentioned earlier that we went to somewhere called the Purple House, which is probably the most popular destination here in Branson to get discount tickets. There are several of them, several other ones in the town to get discount tickets, but the Purple House is supposed to be the most popular. So that's where we went. And we are glad we did. So we were able to get 2 shows and 3 attractions, okay? For a grand total of $265.
Which is really good.
For all three of us. I feel like that is a fantastic price when you're talking about a vacation.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, highly recommend going to the Purple House to get your tickets. Which, leads us right into recommendations.
Did we do? So, we went and saw the Haygoods. Yes. And they are a family of siblings, and they all sing, dance, and play instruments. And they were fantastic.
Doing it for over 30 years.
Yes, they've had the I don't think they've had the show that long, but that's how long they've been performing. And it was the first time I've seen somebody play a harp. I don't do people still do that today? But this girl was phenomenal. I mean, she did such a beautiful job on the harp. And I mean, all of them, they were all they played more than one instrument. Just saved. It was just a great show.
They all sang, they all played instruments, they all not really danced, but they're all playing instruments at the same time. So there's a lot going on. The pyrotechnics and everything,
yes,
the
that's
light
right. There's
show,
pyrotechnics. The one brother is certified in that, and that's his favorite thing to do.
Yes.
And they did it it was such a great show, and it was so family friendly. That's what I loved about it. Like, they really keep it just really nice. So it was a great, Addie loved it. So, and then the other show that we saw was a magic show, and we just randomly picked one. There's multiple ones in the area. So the one that we saw was Reza the Illusionist. And do you want to come in and say hi?
Have a seat. Say hi.
Hi.
So we saw Reza the Illusionist, and we ended up getting, what do you call it? Like VIP passes for after the show.
Backstage passes.
Yeah. And it was great. I thought his show was great. I thought he did a great job. We got to take pictures with him, right? What did you think of him? Awesome. After the show, he was, welcoming questions. Of course, he doesn't give away his secrets, but he did answer like any other questions that you had. You got to take pictures with him. You got to see the equipment that he used.
There's a huge jet in him, though.
They had a huge, I wouldn't even say they were props because you got to touch them all, and they were all real. Like, it was all real metal. Like, it was nothing plastic. It was crazy. But anyway, his show was great. It was fantastic. We would recommend that. And then we did mini golf, the Dino mini golf, and we picked the dinosaur one because Addie loves dinosaurs, and so that's the one that we went with. But they have multiple other mini golf options. They're endless here.
Hey,
so
welcome to helicopter. Yeah. Okay, that's bound to happen when you're shooting outdoors, right? What about the toy museum?
That was cool.
That was a pleasant surprise, you guys.
Yeah.
We weren't expecting much going into the toy museum. Okay.
No.
Now they advertise that as the world's largest.
Yes.
I can't vouch for that, but I will tell you
They had so much in there. Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
it was a lot.
Yeah, they had a ton.
There was a lot going on. Here, I'll throw some of that footage right here. Enjoy.
Zoltar, the great gypsy, and I can see your fortune. Come see it too, no?
Should I make a wish?
Go ahead.
What should I wish for, babe? To be big?
Maybe.
Okay,
Shopping.
let's move on to shopping. There is a ton of shopping in Branson, okay? And it's all different flavors, all right? First, let's talk about Branson Landing, which is actually located in the old historic downtown portion of Branson, which was great for us because we could walk to it, or it was a short drive, and we went there several times.
Yeah.
So, all right, it's got a great outdoor atmosphere. They've got a boardwalk situation going on there because it's right on Lake Taneycomo. So it's a great place to go and just walk if that's all you want to do. And then it's sort of an outdoor mall type situation. So,
And the water show.
right, the water show. The water show was fantastic. It's done by the same guy that developed the water show for the Bellagio in Vegas. So, very well done.
If
Music
you go
was
to
cool.
Branson Landing, it gives you all the times and then the music that they're
Right.
performing to.
From the website.
Yeah, on the website.
Yep.
So.
All right, some of the shops that are there. The biggest one, obviously, is Bass Pro Shops. Nothing super special there. It is a Bass Pro Shops, but it's actually one of the smaller ones I've ever been to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's Bass Pro Shops. And then the restaurants.
Yeah,
We didn't eat at any of these, but they are there. There's a Bass Pro Shops restaurant there.
Guy Fieri.
Yep, Guy Fieri's got a restaurant there.
So.
There's
just all kinds. Let's just say like whatever. If you have a favorite, I'm sure they have that in the area.
What you got?
Oh my gosh.
Ooh,
Sorry,
that's a
guys.
big one. That's a big spider.
Sorry, guys. That is. Mm-hmm. Woo! That is.
Get it away from me.
He's on the web.
Nope. I'm out. Nope, I do not. No.
That's what happens when you film outdoors.
That takes us to Main Street.
So the best, I think, in Main Street was the Dick's 5 and Dime. It was awesome. It was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, and they had everything. They had things I didn't even know existed. I mean, It was just a little bit of everything in there. If you have a favorite candy that you haven't seen in 20 years, they probably have it there. I mean, it was incredible, all the things that they had. So,
yep. Cool toys, right, Addie? Yep. A lot of great decorations, gifts, stuff like that. Especially stuff for the RV, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So really, really cool place. Got to see Dick's 5 and Dime.
Yeah.
That's an absolute must do if you're in the area on Main Street.
And then there is another store that I liked. James didn't want to go in it. Addie's wasn't interested either, but it's called Patricia's Victorian House. I just love that era. Like a lot of beautiful pieces in there. She's been collecting those items over 47 years, she said. And, if you're into that kind of stuff, I would recommend it. It was beautiful.
Very feminine. Okay? Very feminine.
Yeah, I love it.
Which is no big deal. It's just lots of things in there.
Lots of lace, and I loved it. And then the Amish store, lots of leather, like handmade leather. The birdhouses, all the wooden handmade things, rugs, everything was handmade.
Yes.
And you know what? Also, I don't know if you noticed it, but they had the family who made those items. So everything that they had different sections, and above that section, it talked about the family that made those items, because there was different Amish families that made the different things in the store. So,
and if you're familiar with Amish items, you're going to pay a little bit more, but I promise you, the stuff they had in that store was quality. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that was a great store.
And then there was a multitude of other stores down there. I mean, they have, again, if you just go online, it's just so much. It was too much, it was a lot.
Yeah.
So pick your favorites, but we would recommend those. And then on the other side, so we're staying in this RV park. If you walked out left, then you would go to the historic Branson area. If you did right, then it's the downtown Hollister. And so it's called Downing Street, historic Downing Street. That is not that big. It only has a couple of little shops, but I just like the feel of it. It was super cute, and it was just a nice little main street. There was one store there, it's called Twinkle Market, that me and Addie went into. Mm-hmm. Great quality clothing and handmade jewelry in there, and the owner was really nice. We spent a lot of time talking to her, and they had this special lemonade. I've never seen it before, but it was lavender lemonade.
Yeah.
Bottled. It was bottled.
And it was delicious. So
we
I actually...
didn't get any today.
No, we didn't get any today. We went back twice for just that lemonade, so that's how good it was. And then they also had, they call it a flea market at the very end. Again, if you look at it, you're not expecting much. When you walk in, it was fantastic. It was like an antique mall, kind of. It had the different booths of the different vendors, and they had a great selection of things. And then talking about, leading into antiques. If you are into antiques and vintage things, I personally love them. We're not going to go through all of them, but on the blog, we'll have a list of the places that we went to. We did go to a few, but there's just so many.
There are so many in Branson.
This is a great area, I guess, if you really do love that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. That's all the shopping.
That is all the shopping. Yep.
That at least we saw and did. Okay, let's move on. The Dewey Visitor Center and the Fish Hatchery. All right. Right now, we're actually sitting adjacent to the Dewey Visitor Center, which is located right on the dam. Okay, the dam is actually sitting right to our left.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful place to come. The Dewey Visitor Center is really good place to come because number one, it's free thing to do, and it's great for kids, right?
What did
That
you
was
get
really
there?
cool. What did you get at the Visitor Center?
What did you earn?
Oh. Didn't I get a badge?
You
Yeah.
did. What is it called? Do you remember?
No.
The Junior Ranger badge?
Yep.
So if you have kids, they give them a booklet and they have to go through the museum and answer the questions in the booklet. And I have never seen this girl so focused. She was all over that museum, finding the answers to answer all the questions in the booklet. And then when they're done, they turn it in. They get sworn in as a Junior Ranger, and we have some of that footage that we can put in, and then they get pinned. Super cute.
It was
Loved
awesome. Okay, and that takes us to food. Okay, we can't leave out food, right?
No.
Well, we only have one recommendation for food, though, and there's a reason for that. Okay, we don't typically do a whole lot of eating out wherever we go because we have restrictions in our family, all right? Our daughter has specific medical needs that we have to look after, and so without getting into specifics, we just have to be careful where we go and what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So there is one recommendation we have, and that is Dana's Barbecue, okay? Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Service was great. Food was great. Didn't wait long. The food came out super fast.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. There's a couple locations in town, so if you're here, check out Dana's Barbecue.
Helicopter.
Here comes the helicopter again. So make sure you check out Dana's in town. All right, and that's what we did while we were here.
We did want to go to the fish hatchery, which is attached
Yes.
here to the Dewey Visitor Center, but in proper fashion.
Yeah.
Seems it works out for us. They're closed temporarily. They'll be reopening next year, but if you do come next year in 2025, we actually heard from local people it is something that you probably should see while you're here.
Right.
So,
Free to do also.
yes.
Good
Mhm.
for kids. So, all right, that brings us to the closing, guys. We had a blast in Branson.
What did you think of Branson?
I loved it.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
your favorite place so far?
Probably Dick's 5 and Dime.
Dick's 5 and Dime. See,
Sure. It's
she
a
loved
hit.
it.
It's a hit. Yeah.
So much to do here, you guys. It's so family friendly,
Mm-hmm.
and you can actually have a really good vacation here, especially if you're an RVer
Mm-hmm.
on a budget.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome. We loved it so much. I loved it so much that if it didn't get cold like that cold here,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe we should add this to the list of places we might end up living.
Yeah.
That's how much I loved it here. I wouldn't maybe not here in Branson itself, but even if you explore outside of Branson, it's stunning. It's just so beautiful here. It's
Yeah. Well, that wraps up this episode. Okay. We hope you enjoyed it. And as we leave you, enjoy this footage from the drive-in from Springfield into Branson. Until next time.
Bye.